Hello, Sye here. Why you shouldn't trust science for making your decisions. Now, first off, before you go and start thinking I'm a person who doesn't respect science or who doesn't believe in science, then I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that I highly respect scientists. I'm a scientific minded person. I believe in proof, I believe in evidence, real evidence, substantial evidence. Um, and I always like it when somebody can show me scientific studies or basis for their decisions. Um, so, scientific studies about things or scientific basis for their reasoning for being the way that they are. So, I highly respect science. And that being said, um, the more that you can learn that is proven to be true, obviously, the more decisions you can make for yourself based upon what you know for a fact is reality. So, science is good. But what about the stuff that science doesn't know? Or what about the things that are trivial? Or what about the things that seem to be very contradictory, like diet, for example? So, you've got, on the one hand, people who are vegan, who eat no meat whatsoever, and don't eat any kind of any kinds of animal products. And then you've got people on the far end of the spectrum who say that you should eat mostly meat if you want to be optimally healthy. Now, if you go and you look at the specific science that people are showing you for supporting their reasoning for being that way, you're going to find that the evidence that they show you seems to support their way of being. But you can also go and look at the other side and find out that there's strong evidence that supports a different way of being. And it's very difficult to know what exactly is true and what is not true. So here's where I guess it's anecdotal evidence comes into play. But you've got a person who has been following a way of life for a long time and they seem to be healthy. Their blood tests show that they're healthy, and their fitness shows that they seem to be healthy. So that's what my experience is with the vegan diet. People often argue that there aren't long-term or there are no societies of people who have been vegan for long periods of time, and you can't look at historical records and find lots of vegans. However, if you just look at people who are living the vegan lifestyle modern days, you can find a lot of people who are very healthy. And not only that, like what my experience is with eating a vegan diet, is that I feel better than what I used to feel like. And I'm not sure if that's 100% because of eating a vegan diet with no animal products included, or if it's just as a result of being more healthy overall. But what I do know is that I feel really good. And not only do I feel good, I I'm able to perform at a high level. In fact, I've recently had some peaks in my exercise compared to any other time that I can remember. For example, last night I went on a run and I did some other exercises on the run, but I was able to sprint faster than I can remember sprinting any time before. I was able to um, reach an older um, number of pull-ups that I hadn't reached again for a while because of injury and getting out of shape, or semi out of shape because I wasn't doing certain things after a couple of car accidents and a snowboarding accident before that. I just hadn't reached that peak. So I'm back up to a new level, and I can see that I'm going to excel and go beyond that as long as I keep at it. So that is my own evidence for a vegan diet being something that works. Now, my kids drink milk, and they also have cheese sometimes, and yogurt. So, other than that, they eat the same diet that I do. My diet is 100% vegan. So their diet is 100% vegetarian with a little bit of dairy. And they are all very healthy, and they seem to be growing fine, and they all are performing at a high level. So why do my kids have milk? It's because of insurance mainly. There was a time when my wife and I became a little secure in our vegan way, and we decided that we were going to start giving our child milk. And then that turned into the other kids by default, being born later, also consuming dairy products. And we don't know from our own experience that they would be better off or worse off if they weren't having milk. But what I do know is there are other people that are examples now who have been born and followed a vegan diet their whole life, and they are healthy and seem to be doing good. So there's no scientific evidence to say that it's 100% for sure better to be a vegan, but there are people who are living a lifestyle that are surely showing that you can be super healthy as a vegan. And myself, being 45 years old, I'm doing good compared to a lot of people at my age. And that doesn't mean that I'm saying I'm better than other 45-year-olds or that I am able to perform better than them. I perform good compared to a lot of 45-year-olds who are not vegan. And that a lot of them, and there's a lot of people who just don't stay in shape in general. So that might be part of the reason. But I have no worries or concerns whatsoever that I'm going to develop heart disease like my dad did. I have no concerns or worries whatsoever that I'm going to get cancer, although anybody can get cancer. I feel so good in a general way that I feel vitality and life force in my body. But not only that, let's take it to another level, science. Why wouldn't you believe that your body has amazing healing powers? Why wouldn't you believe that it's possible that old ways of being might not be as good as things that people have started to do in more recent times? Why would you believe that just because our ancestors ate animals that we are better off if we eat animals? Why would you believe just because people cooked things in a fire that our food is better cooked all the time? And I do think, for the record, that sometimes it's better to cook food, but it's not always better to cook food, and that's for sure. So why should we do stuff just like other people did them in the past and never give a chance to see what's possible, to see if we can excel in ways and go beyond what they did? And why did they eat all of these things? Probably just because the people that they knew did. Now we know, and we have lots of people around us as examples of people that can live and be healthy without doing the things that people did in the past. And maybe they can even be more healthy. And the evidence of science is building, and eventually we'll probably be able to say for sure, one way or another, if it's more healthy to eat animals or not eat animals. But right now, there's plenty of evidence around you that shows that you can be very healthy to eat. You can be very healthy without consuming any kinds of animal products. And knowing that, there's a lot less of an impact on the entire environment if you don't eat animals, is a good reason to give it a try. Now, that being said, I understand that there's a lot of people going to make judgments now, hearing me say that there is a big impact on the environment. So let's just go a little bit deeper for just a second. As far as global warming is concerned, I believe more in climate change that's always happening over time. There was an ice age in the past, so why couldn't there be another ice age or a warmer time period that isn't affected directly by man? Now, maybe global warming is real, maybe it's caused by man, but there is definitely science and scientists who don't believe in global warming at all. And there's a lot of propaganda and a lot of people that really want you to believe badly that global warming is real. Even people who are not willing to stop consuming animals, which would have the #1 impact on the effect of the environment if global warming is real. So my message is basically to say that you can make a huge difference in your own life, and you can affect the whole world in a huge way by just consuming a plant-based diet. And I can't give you 100% sure scientific evidence to show you that that's the best way you could possibly be, but I can say that from doing it for a long time myself, you can be very healthy that way, and it's not difficult at all. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.